In order to set up the surf rake upon arrival, remove the supplied drawbar, documentation, and any spare parts boxes from the conveyor belt, and then you're ready to begin. The tractor must first be prepared to function properly with the surf rake. The tractor will often have a third arm above the PTO pump that is commonly used for agricultural machinery. If there, remove it. Remove the PTO cover using a ratchet wrench. Normally the cover is attached to the tractor by several bolts and can easily be removed as shown. This is necessary for the PTO pump that powers the surf rake to fit on the PTO shaft. Next, you need to attach the provided drawbar to the 3-point hitch. Begin by removing the pins on the yoke arms to allow the drawbar to fit into the holes of the yokes. Then, secure the drawbar. It is important to then lower the drawbar as low to the ground as possible using the tractor's draft control. It should be 4 to 6 inches off the ground to allow the surf rake to dig into the sand. If necessary, extend both hitch arms to allow for this optimal height. Then, test the drawbar to make sure it is level and resecure the pins in the right and left hitch arms. The next step is to attach the surf rake to the tractor. Back the tractor up to the surf rake and align the middle hole in the drawbar up with the hole in the surf rake. Then slip the provided pin through and secure it with the cotter pin. Next, remove the PTO pump from the stand on the surf rake and slide it into the PTO shaft of the tractor. If the PTO bracket does not line up with a third arm pinhole, adjust it so that the pin can secure the bracket using two 9/16" wrenches. Then, slip the pin through the pump's arm to make sure the pump does not come free from the shaft, once operational, and refasten the bracket to the pump. If the bracket does not fit under any circumstances, a taut chain could work as well. Next, the hydraulic hoses of the surf rake must be attached to the tractor. Begin by cleaning the spools on the back of the tractor. New surf rakes only require that you connect one dump hose to the tractor to control the dump mechanism. If equipped with a hydraulic moldboard, connect the send and receive hoses on the same spool. Older models of the surf rake may have two dump hoses, individual send and receive lines, each of which must be connected to its own spool. Older surf rakes with finishers often require a third spool for a dedicated finisher hose. Finishers on the new surf rake automatically activate when the conveyor belt is turned on and do not require a separate line. Once the hoses and pump are secure, check to make sure the surf rake functions properly. Making sure that the flow control is all the way to the right in the on position, activate the conveyor belt and finisher on newer models by turning the PTO shaft on. The speed of the conveyor should change with the tractor engine speed, and the finisher should press down once the conveyor is running at normal operating speeds. Test the bucket by going through the entire dump cycle, raising it all the way to the top and tripping the bucket before returning it back. Once all the elements are responsive, you are ready to operate your surf rake.